Don't fall for his flattering tune. He'll promise you the world until you drink that perfume. It's a highway, highway to the door, and a neon Medusa's got your heart. Sweet canyon lullaby, don't look straight into its eyes. It's a highway, highway to the door. There's only two ways to make it in this town. One is to be brilliant, the other is to drown. But don't take both drugs all in one go. You can't reach the heavens passed out on the floor. It's a highway, highway to the door, and a neon Medusa's got your heart. Sweet canyon lullabies, don't look straight into its eyes. It's a highway, highway to the door. If your mama could see you now, if your mama could see you now, topless and upside down, the room spinning around. If your mama could see you now, with the party lines coming out, are you lost or are you found? Are there too many mirrors in this Don't fall in love with the man on stage. I'll be on in a minute, then I'll sweep you away. Don't fall for the monsters in this maze, but I could love you forever if you'd meet my gaze. drink that perfume. It's a highway, highway to the door, and a neon Medusa's got your heart. Sweet canyon lullabies, don't look straight into its eyes. It's a highway, highway to the door. There's only two ways to make it in this town. One is to be brilliant, the other is to drown. But don't take both drugs all in one go. You can't reach the heavens passed out on the floor. It's a highway, highway to the door, and a neon Medusa's got your heart.
Hello, welcome to Monday. I just realized something when I was clicking the load button, okay, on Subnautica, and I didn't know this. Your save file will actually tell you what vehicles you have. It had little icon for the prawn suit and a little icon for the sea moth, which I think is kind of cool. It reminds you, like, hey, you've got these things. But I did not know that, so I'm learning something every day. Now, apologize for the slightly late start, and by late I mean like 6 minutes. But no, I got distracted. I got distracted by Lomp Brothers, Glorious Lomp. Yeah, I'm looking up at it right now. I got a new lamp. I got the Redgrass Games R9, which they put on Kickstarter at the start of last year, I think, like May-ish. But it's like a dual bar LED multi-position lamp, and it's very good. Like, I've been trying it out, and it gives some really good lighting. So near future, I'm thinking I might actually do some more painting streams, because with my camera setup currently, the problem I always had was that the arm for my hand cam, my document camera, it has lights on it, but they're not very good, and so it always kind of casts its own shadow. But if I have this thing on and the camera on, it gives very, very bright lighting. It's very crisp. The only problem is I think sometimes it's actually too bright. The model starts casting its own shadows on itself. But I mean, that can be handy in its own way. Okay.
Emergency power only. Power restored. All primary systems on
Well, it seems to be working. Yep, 2500 power. Very good. I reckon we could probably get some more out of this if we built some more reactor rods, but that's okay. But yeah, so hopefully we're getting some more painting stuff done soonish, because I like doing that on stream, but I like it to look nice. So hopefully the new lighting, and also it just makes life much easier on my eyes, because I am getting old. And the way my room is lit is kind of like, it's not a central light, it's multiple LED lights, and my desk is kind of in the corner, so it's kind of in the gloomiest spot it can be. Kind of. Now let's remember, what am I doing on Subnautica? I have a new Seamoth, I think. Yes, I have a new Seamoth. I've got Deep Weed, or Ghost Weed, or whatever it's called. I have the weed. I need Ice Seed Stalk, Sea Crown Seed, Fungal Sample, Bulb Bush Sample, Ghost Weed Sample. I should have to find out where these things live. Ghost Weed. So I've got the Ghost Weed. I'm going to experiment with something. They must all be in the ocean, though. They must all be in the ocean. Also, that's right. I died, didn't I? And my Seamoth all the way over here. What? It was a warper that killed me. That was right, wasn't it? Yeah, it's awkward because it's like a lot of these plants I've never really paid much attention to. That's right. You're not your brain coral. I'm after plants, not animals. Well, corals are technically animals. They're a weird symbiosis. They're an algae with a cnidarian, both of which are obligate, so you can't have one without the other. Yeah, there's my moth. So acid shrooms. You are not a plant. Well, there's Reginald back there. This is some form of... It's a coral that you can't even scan. That is decoration, pure decoration. Oof. La Critura. I'm actually just go up to these guys, the reefbacks, because I very rarely have a look at these things. So they got some fungi on them. What are you? Break barnacle. Okay, it's just metal. What are you? Rouge cradle. No, I don't require. Oh, tiger plant. Hate those things. Now I remember why I don't come up here. Vein nettle. And those are plate corals or whatever. Coral shell plates. Fucking hate sea tigers. Or tiger plants, whatever they're called. What are you? Ah, you're eye stalk. I do need you. Okay, avoid the tiger boy. Okay, eye stalk, very good. I need to check, does it decay? No, it doesn't. I'm very glad the developers made that decision of being like, hey, this plant's important. You're probably going to go out looking for it. Let's make it not decay. Okay, let's go get our Seamoth. Okay.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Oh, that's right. So I was bugged last time.
30 seconds.
I was bugged last time where my oxygen wasn't decreasing. Damn it, I wish I had that bug back. That was really useful. I thought that was just what's her face, the big sea leviathan. She'd blessed me. Okay, what's that ominous rumbling? Let's descend and collect the moth. That's just wreckage. Okay, I don't need that.
Passing 200 meters. Oxygen efficiency greatly decreased.
Okay, that's good. I've still got plenty of O2. I'll be able to get to my moth. Oh, fuck off. Why are they always here? Why are the pricks always here? Nobody likes you, warpers. Oh, sod off. I want this blood oil. Oh, there's 2 of them. This is getting out of hand. There's 3 of them. No, okay, no, that's an eel. Can you sod off? Jesus. Did they hit me with 2? Those motherfuckers hit me with 2. Let me get my moth. Alright, I'm leaving. Okay, I'm leaving. Arseholes. Absolute arseholes. Pricks. Drink my own piss. Ugh, hate ghost guys. Hate them. What are you? Regress shell. Okay, it's a shell. Mike, how you doing? I mean, are you really surprised at this point, Mike? Are you really surprised? After having to deal with 2 warpers, you'd be drinking your own piss too. And you'd be enjoying it, just like me. You do what you can to survive out here. I got at least some of the plants I needed. Completely by accident, but I got them. Exactly. What's the line? What's the line from Dodgeball? Necessary? Is it necessary for me to drink my own urine? No, but I do it anyway because it's sterile and I like the taste. This is something new. What do we got? Oh, agua. I like agua. Is there a door here? Maybe. Mayhap. You know, there's like 5 doors, none of them open. Surely there's a way into this. Oh. No. I was thinking maybe I could laser cut that. I do have a laser cutter. It is in my hand right now. No, it just doesn't seem like there's an entrance to this. Just seems like this is the forbidden chunk. Alright. Back to the moth, as they say. Yes, that leads over to the Ghost River. I already have the plant from there. I already have, oof. Okay. Repair tool time. Ah, okay. Sand tiger. Let's repair the moth. And there's a warper lurking over yonder. There's 2 of them. I hate these guys. 3 of them. Why are there so many warpers out here now? So many of them. And they're assholes. Okay. Repairs. Now, does this give me? Yes. It does give me fungus. I go with the crabs. The crabs go fine. We've reached an amicable truce. I become one with the crustaceans. I become their leader. They enact my will. Defy me further, Mike, and the crabs shall come for you. Okay, so now I just need... I have the ghost weed. Now I need I need the... Okay, fungal sample. I need sea crown, old bush. See, you just... Like, the answer to that, Mike, is get good. Get good. You what is it? What's the line from June? God made Arrakis to train the faithful. Twitch made Mike to train the VTubers. We get stronger, so you just have to up your game. You have to get good. Exactly. I hope that one day you find the strongest crabs, Mike. How's that sound? I wish you a lifetime of happiness and crabs. Actually, if you want a fun crab to check out, Tasmanian giant crabs. Absolute fucking units. Absolute luds. Also, I swear, like, a fucking spadefish just does so much damage. See, those just sound like, you know, anime fighting abilities. Burning pea! Oh, fuck off, Warper. I just want some blood oil. I have ghost weed. I just want blood oil. And you fuck off for once in your life. I just want the ghost oil. Shit. Oh, what the? Oh, crab. No, fuck off. Oh, you motherfucker. Didn't take that much power, that's okay. Ugh, Bonkai indeed. See, you've just witnessed the mega crab. That's what you need to bond with there, Mike. That big head motherfucker. Hate those guys. Hate them. Oh, what's this? Is this a Seamoth fragment? Cyclops hull fragment. Now that would have been useful when I was looking for Cyclops hull fragments. Oh yeah. No, they're huge. I've heard they're not especially tasty in the sense of they're just big. Like, from what I've heard, you can cook them, but all the descriptions I've seen of them are like, it just tastes like a lot of crab, as opposed to it tastes like particularly tasty crab. Yeah, I think this is the void. Don't necessarily want to go into the void. Yeah, poison dart frogs, damn. But also, again, I don't think it's necessarily not delicious so much as that, like, you know how sometimes when things are especially large, people assume that this conveys upon them, like, special properties? Like, people are like, oh, it's big, therefore it must taste extra good. And it's like, no. Like, you know, a big hamburger does not taste any better than a regular hamburger. It's just a hamburger in vaster quantity. Let's go back home real quickly. Just surface. I hate being in the void. Hate being in the void where I can't see where I am. That's the diamond stash. Let's go home. Also, to be fair, I wouldn't say I'm necessarily acquainted with what gives a crab a particular property in the sense of, like, tastiness. Well, no, what I'm saying, Mike, is actually for, yes, you can see Ando in the natural habitat of suffering, of pain. Welcome in, Diaki. How you doing? See, here we can see Ando almost starving to death. But no, so the thing with dart frogs, Mike, is that they actually get their poisons from what they eat as tadpoles. So if you keep dart frogs in captivity and you don't expose them to those things as tadpoles, they don't actually develop their defensive alkalines. So captive bred dart frogs are harmless. You can munch away on those bad boys all you want. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. Like, they're tiny and they don't have a lot of meat on them, and they probably just taste like particularly rubbery flesh. But yes, no, I'm doing pretty good, Diaki. Thanks for asking. Ain't that the way? Ain't that the way? Accept my compliment. Let me love you.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, no, I'll do it for Diaki right here, right now. I'll drink my own pee. Okay, where is... Where's a fish? I need a fish. There's a... Okay, boomerang. Very good. I'll grab you, eat you, and then grab some more and eat them. Alright. Cook the finch.
Vital signs stabilizing.
So was this where I had my weed? Okay, this is where I kept my weed. Welcome to my weed stash, chat. Get that. So I need sea crown seed and bulb bush sample. See, I haven't had frog, but I'm not surprised that it tastes like chicken, because when you think about it, chickens and, well, like birds are dinosaurs, right? Birds are the last limb of saurian lineage. So, you know, reptiles and birds having some similarity there, not all that surprising. I've heard mixed things on alligator. I've heard some people say, like, deep fried alligator is good. I've also heard people be like, alligator is mostly crap and that's why you deep fry it. So, I don't know. I think sometimes it's also just, again, preparing in accordance for what you've got. Like kangaroo is the classic example of it's incredibly lean, so, you know, you need to add fats to it in order to make it a bit more succulent. And then there's, of course, there's the whole thing between, like, wild caught and domesticated. Like, domesticated animals are very plush. You know, we fatten those bad boys up. Whereas, you know, obviously wild caught stuff obviously tastes more gamey. I haven't had croc. It's not really high on my list of things to try either. Like, it's not something I'm going out of my way for. Why? I don't swear I didn't catch that many boomerangs. Why have I got infinite boomerangs? Have I bugged it? Have I got infinite boomerangs? No, I don't. Okay, I just had a lot of boomerangs. Yeah, somehow I caught like a bajillion boomerangs. I don't know how I did that. I have had buffalo. I'm pretty sure I think I told Sin this story, but I went out for dinner with a friend, and we went to a Nepalese restaurant, and they had a bunch of stuff on the menu that had like buff next to it, BUF, and I assumed that was just like beef. So I ordered this noodle dish with buff. I said, "Oh, can I get that?" And he said, "Oh, it's not actually beef, it's buffalo." And I was like, "Cool, I'll have the buffalo. I'll give it a shot." Tastes like chicken with a little bit of swamp. Exactly, it was buff. And that's the other thing as well, though, is that, like, again, the little bit of swamp thing. It's kind of like carp, right? Like everyone in white people land is like, carp's gross. You don't want to eat carp. But literally everyone I know who is Slavic or Asian, they're all like, "What are you talking about? Carp is perfectly fine to eat. Like, you just got to prep it right and stuff like that. Like usually if you've wild caught carp, one of the recommendations is keep them in like a tank of water or a bathtub or whatever for like a week and let them purge out all the crap in them. And then they're like, yeah, it won't taste like shit because they've like crapped out all of the gross stuff they've eaten out of the river." Noodle dish with buff? No, they didn't bring me out. For me, the emphasis would have been on the noodle. Noodle with low buff. But No, no. So what they brought out was basically like a spicy ramen with buffalo in it. I kind of regret it. So the buffalo was actually quite nice. The part I regretted was that it was a very spicy, like, ramen dish. And it was that sort of spicy where after a little bit your mouth goes numb. And that basically meant that it was like, okay, I can taste a little bit of this buffalo, but at this point my mouth has gone numb and I can taste nothing. So I feel like I should have gone with the less spicy one. But buffalo kind of tastes, it tastes like jerky. That was the best analogy I have for it. Like it's kind of that little bit gamier and a little bit chewier. There's also how it was prepared. I don't know if this is the way you prepare buffalo or just the way they prepared buffalo, but it was like a little biter. Fuck those guys. Fuck off. I'll fight you, cunt. Yeah, the way they prepared it, it was kind of like in slivers, like it was little shards of buffalo. And I kind of feel like if it was in larger chunks, it might have been substantially chewier, but I had no complaints about the dish overall. I enjoyed myself, quite frankly. Although that may have been the company as well. Bioreactor. Moon pool fragment, I think. What's that? Scanner room fragment, okay. Scanner room fragment. Yeah. I agree to a certain extent. I think I like the buffalo because of the fact that like it was, you know, that kind of beefier sort of gamey. You know, I'm not a fan of like liver or kidney and stuff like that, like stuff that has that very I don't know, like I don't know how to describe it. Like and I've tried describing this before. You know that like that texture and that smell when you walk into a butcher of like uncooked meat, like just like it's like you fully cooked it but it still tastes kind of raw. That's what I'm not a fan of. It just tastes like raw muscle. Almost, it's not quite iron, but close to it. But yeah, I'd happily eat more buffalo. And I don't have any objections to kangaroo. I quite like kangaroo. Yeah, I grew up with a mother who grew up poor in the country. And so we didn't do offal. She was very much I had to grow up eating offal. Be thankful you don't. She's like, I had to grow up eating tripe. Fuck that noise. Which, you know, I'm relatively thankful for. In a certain sense. I also think some of it is presentation and what's the word? Certain parts of the animal have not always received the same level of culinary attention, if that makes sense. I mean, as a former cookery person, Mike will probably have an appreciation of it in the sense of like, you know, there are some dishes that were very much this is what peasant folk cook, and they cook it very simply, versus no, this is how you actually get it to taste good. Yeah, that's true. And that's one of the things as well, like, when I was growing up, I had a reputation for being, shall we say, a fussy eater. But what I've kind of come to realize as I've gotten older is that while I am still a bit discerning, it's more just a case of the stuff that I tend to like was not stuff that we necessarily ate. I've talked about this before, but like, I can't fucking stand cherry tomatoes. I do not like cherry tomatoes. They are far too, like, both sweet and acidic at the same time. Like, they just, I don't know, they taste gross. Fuck cherry tomatoes. But my mum really likes cherry tomatoes. So, like, when I was at home, anytime well, I wouldn't say anytime, but like the majority of times we had tomato, it would be cherry tomatoes. So I kind of grew up being like, I don't like tomatoes. But as I've gotten older, I've kind of realized, actually, I don't mind tomatoes as much as I thought I did. It's just that I still don't like cherry tomatoes, and fuck that noise. Yeah, so most, and again, like, I'm not really a fan of raw tomato very much, but that may also just be the type of tomatoes that I usually get, but cooking with tomatoes, yeah, great. I'll throw that in a sauce, I'll throw that in, like, a, you know, curry or whatever. It's copper. What else have we got? There are still some things, again, I'm a bit meh on. Like, I generally won't order a salad at a restaurant. I'll generally, if I want a salad, I'll make it at home. Because, and I'm probably gonna get judged for this, I'm a heathen and I don't enjoy salad dressing for the most part. I don't see the purpose of adding oil to oil or vinegar to my vegetables. These do not improve it, they just make it worse. What's that line from King of the Hill? You're not improving rock or Christianity, you're just making both worse. That's my feelings on salad dressings. I tell you what, Bobby. What will you tell me, Mike? Bless me. Give me the knowledge. Give me the ruby. Ruby. Give me the diamonds, Italian Spider-Man. Oh, there's so many fucking rubies down here. Reginald, come here, Reginald. I wish to eat you. I wish to consume you. That boy ain't right. I don't know. I was talking with my friends about this a while ago. There was talk a couple of years ago about doing a King of the Hill, like a revival, like bringing it back for a season or something. And I actually think it wouldn't have been too bad of an idea. But I think the time has passed. Especially because one of the guy who did the voice for Dale actually just passed away recently, unfortunately. It was like last year. But yeah, I think like circa 2016, it wouldn't have been a terrible idea to be like, hey, let's bring back King of the Hill. Because I think they could have done some very interesting stuff with it in terms of, because I think, was it Chris Judd? It was someone who worked on it was commentating on this, of like, Hank Hill always identified as like a lifelong Republican. Yeah. But the sort of republicanism that Hank was a fan of was like the Bush-era republicanism, which is very different to the modern kind of Trump-era republicanism. So it would have been very interesting to see him having to deal with that change. Like, so he was pointing out, saying that, like, Hank Hill probably agrees more with a modern Democrat than he does with a modern Republican. Having to, like, come to terms with that could be very entertaining. Particularly given that Texas old boy style of usually they're just rusted on to whatever political party that their family's been on for 30 years or whatever. I don't think I've been here before. I don't think I've ever encountered these orbs. But honestly, yeah, I just want more King of the Hill. I just want more Boomhauer. Oh, sale, man. I tell you what, hood, old pocket butthole. Yeah. Well, Arnie Schwarzenegger is a bit of a weird one. Because Arnie Schwarz... Oh, fuck off, Warpers.
Maximum depth reached. Hull damage imminent.
Okay, that's crush depth. I can't go down there. Well... I can and I can't. What the fuck are those screaming noises? I have no idea if I've been here before. I don't think I've ever encountered these orbs. Yeah, Arnold is a bit different, simply because of the fact that he's a California Republican, and amongst Republicans, they're kind of weird. They're kind of the, like... yeah, they're different, and they're within the party. They are tolerated by the other Republicans because they're like, we won't win California without them. I don't think I've ever encountered these orbs before. I'm just gonna do a quick repair job. But I think yeah, with a lot of just the weird stuff that's happened in modern, and again, like, I wouldn't want it to be too political, but it's just one of those things of, like, you know, like QAnon and shit is very up Dale's alley, in the sense that he'd be like, see, I was right, everyone agrees with me. And then I feel like he would get bored with everyone agreeing with him. I need plamp. Ow. So what are you? Okay, no, that doesn't get me anything. Exactly. I don't want to be crushed by the depth. Yeah, I don't want to be crushed by the depth. The only thing I want to be crushed by is anime girl thighs. That's the only acceptable crushing I will allow. A reading from the Holy Bible. Exactly. Exactly. They say you should, like, cultivate the viewer base that you want to see on Twitch. You should, you know, try and regulate your community, which is my goal for 2024. I'm trying to encourage as many anime girls. Oh, fuck off. Didn't I just emp you? Yeah, I wish to encourage as many anime girls as possible to join my channel and crush me with their thighs. Thank you. This has been my presidential candidacy. Takama Ando for president 2024. You see, Jack, what we need is more anime girls and less hate in the world. I intend to solve the Middle East crisis by using anime girl thighs. This has been my platform since my election in 1984. Don't know where the fuck I'm going. I don't know where the fuck these things are. Oh, is this something I need? Let's find out. But first, repair my moth. Oh no, Thirst Trap Ando era, like, never got off the ground. That's gone and been. Oh, Cave Bush, I needed that, I think. Did I? Was it Cave Bush or was it...
Damage to plant life on the seafloor suggests this may be the
Bulb Bush.
path of a huge bottom-dwelling life form.
Oh, I finally found the fucking Sea Treader path, I think. I think it's the thing that I kept saying. I've never actually seen these things. Ah, Luna, welcome in. Meep meep. Yeah, no, as I was saying, Mike, the Ando thirst trap era has gone and been. In that during 2020, I was joking around with some friends about the whole like, it's 2020, it's COVID, everyone's just randomly starting like an OnlyFans, like or Fansly or whatever. And so the joke was Ando's OnlyFans. Come for the Warhammer pics, stay for the feet pics or whatever. Again, it was a joke. It never went anywhere. But it was at least semi-amusing. Okay, Sea Treader. What are you? What are you? Brrr. They're just big walkie boys. Yeah, what are you in the data bank? Just life forms, fauna, herbivores large, leviathans, sea treader, fast bipedal. They're not bipedal. They've got 3 legs though. Elongated snout. Okay. Yeah, actually, no, they are bipeds. They're fucking weird. Is what they are. Where's my moth? Sir, are you about to step on my moth? Yeah, these guys are weird. Silicate harvesters. Yeah, true. Close, but not quite. I mean, because they don't have the tentacles, but... No, it is a joke. There is not sufficient Warhammer picks, nor are there sufficient feet picks to make a sustainable business model of that, Mike. I do not have the sufficient what's the word? I don't have the marketing skills to make that work. They are big and they are minding their business. At the same time, I also do not want them to step on me. I do not require Sea Treader steppies. Welding. I haven't seen the land whales in Satisfactory. I haven't played Satisfactory yet. It's on my list. Okay, this is the Void. Satisfactory is on my list. I want to play because I've talked about this before. Satisfactory is like, to me, Minecraft but good. In that Minecraft, I always get bored with it because I'm sick of mining shit. I would much rather just automate it. I would rather have the machine do it for me. Hang on a second. Hang on. Okay, it's passed. I was getting that sensation of like, am I gonna sneeze? Is it gonna happen? Spiked horn grass. There's such thing as too much horn talk, and a fellow ought to be aware of it. Oh yeah, but I'm happy to spend hundreds of hours in Satisfactory. Again, overall, it sounds like a very satisfactory arrangement. My power supply's at 69%. Nice. No, not roll credits, Mike. The show is only just beginning. The suffering has yet to start. But yeah, I think Satisfactory looks like a good time. And also, I really like the aesthetic. I like the way it looks. I was amused by watching someone play it in Arachnophobia mode. Because when you play it in Arachnophobia mode, it replaces all the spiders with pictures of cats. See, I can't fucking believe this is a whole section of Subnautica that I don't think I've ever been to. Somehow I have managed to avoid this whole section. Oh, wait. But wait, there's more. Billy Mays here with an amazing offer on Satisfactory. Well, I don't know if it's a setting or if it's a mod. But I remember the first Nemu stream I ever watched was her playing Satisfactory. And there were spiders, and she had a setting on that was the arachnophobia mode that replaced them all with pictures of cats. Ugh. My neck just decided it wanted to be silly. Well, yeah, I've heard that. But spider is spider, I guess. How do I get out of here? Bonk. We're still in the caves. We're still in the war zones. Because I know I've at least seen that fan coral shit somewhere before. I don't know about the old bush. Hello, big fella. Again, these are a really weird organism. Like, there's so little about this thing that makes fucking sense. Actually, do you know what they do remind me of? Because they got 3 legs. They remind me of Silt Striders from Elder Scrolls, from Morrowind. Enwa. Man, why won't Todd Howard give us a Morrowind remaster or a Oblivion remaster? Why is it always fucking Skyrim? Because he's an Enwa, that's why. He's a swit. What? Did the music just cut out? Okay, the music did just cut out. I don't know why. It's come back, but it just stopped. Hey, I'll say the word if I want to, okay? I know how to honor the 6th house in the tribe unmourned. I'm basically an Argonian at this point, okay? I'm allowed to say it. It's our word now. Alright, we're gonna park up here and do some repairs. This thing is getting so beat up from just running into random fucking fish. Welcome aboard, Captain. Is that a warper fighting a thingamajig? That was my favorite thing back in the day. Was the combo of skooma and levitation. You'd use console commands to get yourself just infinite skooma, and then level up your spellcasting, like max out your mana regen and everything, and use levitation, because the amount you levitated was based on your speed, and skooma increases your speed stat. So you could just rack an absolute shit ton of skooma. Suddenly you're very, very fast. And because that influences the levitation spell, now when you levitate, you essentially fly. Fucking love that shit. Begone. Begone, degenerate. Degenerate warper. Oh, fuck off. Oh. Okay, we got away from that. We managed to get away. Just gonna reprime my defense system real quick. There he is. There's the fucking Reaper. I did not know decoy pods persisted. He's just chasing a fucking decoy out there. Okay. Event system primed and ready should I need it. Big fucker just swimming around out there, having the time of his life. He's like a cat. He's just like, meow. Just playing with his little decoy. Oh, that's another Reaper. That's another Reaper.
Seek fluid intake.
Seek fluid intake. Oh boy. You know what that means.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Mmm. Wispy. Is there anything of value down here? Oh, there's a door I can open. Do some quick repairs. Okay, very good. Let's open the door. Moshi mosh. Hello. What the? Oh, you're outside. Thought guy was waiting inside. Oh, okay, no, it's literally just a place that I've already been because I got their door open from the other side. Hello, wife. Sealed door, we got a drill. You know the drill. Another drill. Okay, I'm just gonna get the fuck out of here. Okay, defense system primed, should I need it? There's a fucker. See you up there. Don't think I don't see you. I don't know why I'm being quiet. This isn't Phasmo. Oh. You gone? Plonk. Plonk. Kind of wish this thing had proximity sensors. Huh. Is this somewhere useful? That seems alien. Fuck off, crab. I don't see you, crab. Fuck off. Insert tablet. Interesting. Don't have a tablet on me, unfortunately. My tablets are back on the sub, so what I might do... Will I die? It's the big question. Will I die? You know what? Fuck it.
Wait, we forgot Gibby.
Oh yeah. Gibby!
Yes, I will die. I will die just like Gibby.
Snake, are you okay? Snake?
Thank you, Mike, for doing God's work. Alright, I think I need to ascend. Alright, so I'm leaving the Seamoth there as a marker. Heading back to my Snake? Snake! I have thought about playing. Oh, you ain't seen nothing. Give me a second, Mike. Give me a second. We are about to fucking ascend. Are you ready? Are you ready, kids? Be ye not afraid. Be ye not afraid, chat. I have become one with the universe. I have entered the higher plane. I have merged with the ethereal spirits. I have reached the peak of anime thigh nirvana. Exactly. Now I must return to my mortal shell once more. I must return. My radiance is too powerful. I've reached Xanadu. Okay, ascend and head back towards home. So that way I won't drown. Exactly. Who knew that was the gateway to unstoppable power? I didn't, but now I do. I'm honestly thinking about making Divine Ando a redeem. I may need to tone down some of the effects a little bit just to make it so I'm less glowy, but yeah, the new VTube Studio VFX are really cool. The only one that I'm a little bit sad about, and I kind of get it, they had an option in there which was layer deconstruction. You could break your model. I think Sin showed it off on her stream when she did it. You can like make yourself come apart. They got rid of that because a bunch of artists and like riggers had asked them to get rid of it because they were saying apparently it I don't know. I don't fully understand what their argument against it was. I think it was more the case of it lets people see stuff in the model that maybe they don't want them to see. Which, I don't know, fair enough. I mean, like, good on Denchisoft for being like, okay, you asked, so we will respect that. But it's a shame, because I had plans for that. I think it's more the fact that there are a lot of artists who do have caveats in their like what do you call it, their commission forms, where they're like, hey, do not modify the drawing. And maybe it just falls under that. Reginald time. Cook the Reginald. Cook the spade fish. Give me that fish. And the kaboomerang. Give me that rang. Which I might go up to the pod, because I think it has something on the radio. No, but it has the med kit fabricator. Free med kits, hooray! It's the whole reason I stayed here. Free med kits. Here's a question. Welcome aboard, Captain. Excellent. All systems online. Very good. Have we got any tablets in here? We do. We do have a tablet. Very good. What's our power supply? 94%. Engine powering up. Okay, bring her about. Yeah. I get it to a certain extent. I think part of it is also for riggers and stuff like that. When you rig a model, sometimes they do things behind the scenes to make certain things work. Like, for instance, the fact that I can do this requires certain shenanigans with layers, right? And if you break all those layers apart, it may look bad, like it'll look junky if you break it apart in order for it to work when it's all together. And so I think some riggers, A, will like, hey, don't do it because it makes what I've made look crap. And I think the other argument was, don't do it because you're giving the game away. You're giving away, you know, I worked hard in order to figure out how to do this. And part of my marketing is that I can do these things. So you're giving away my trade secrets. I think that's a bit of an argument of like, well, if you figured it out, surely other people can figure it out. But I can understand like not wanting the model to be kind of shown off in a way that's not flattering to the creator. I can understand that to a certain extent. But it is what it is. Yeah, I'll agree that I'm not really on board with knowledge hoarding, but at the same time, it's also the good old secure the bag. Where the fuck are my light controls? Why do they always go away when I'm over here? Yeah, at the same time, I understand that, again, VTubing is one of those areas where it's very new. And so a lot of stuff is just people kludging things. So I can understand the desire to be like, hey, secure the bag. Well, if you're not going to make a big stink over it, Mike, who will? Someone has to. If not Mike, who will be the hero that we need? Come on. Why am I going so slowly? Dong. Got anything on the scopes? No, we don't. Very good. I mean, I don't know. I have mixed feelings on that, in the sense of people who tend to have a lot of opinions tend to have at least some opinions who suck, or that suck. The other thing is that I like to operate on the basis of, I wouldn't call it three strikes, but it's one of those things of like, everyone has some shit takes, right? It is not possible to live in this world without making mistakes or having, you know, formulated an incorrect opinion, right? So I'm usually like, hey, did someone fuck up? Okay, that sucks, but unless it's like a real big fuck up, unless it's like, hey, this content creator, you like, you know, murdered 7 people and hid their bodies in acid for 20 years. Okay, that sort of stuff, I'm like, yeah, okay, that's a bit beyond the pale. But also, it does tie into the point I was going to say, was that generally I'm more concerned with a pattern of behavior as opposed to a single instance of behavior. But yeah, it definitely sucks when it comes out that, like, people online, particularly people that you like, it's like, oh yeah, it turns out they've been doing shit, and they've been doing shit for some time. Oh yay, ion cubes. Num 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 num. Num 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 num. Delicious cube. What do we got? Alien biological history. Dataset is hugely complex. Grown from what? A member of the alien species. Okay, it was grown from seed. Okay. 96. Okay. Corporeal body safely disposed. So these are weird, like, plant aliens or some shit. Are we all grown from seed? Well, if you ask the Latins, if you ask the ancient Romans, yeah, or the ancient Greeks. It's one of the reasons why if you read Plato, you'll probably be like, you'll get the distinct impression that, like, hey, this guy doesn't regard women particularly highly. And you'd be right. But that was because Plato's take on women was that they were the impure vessel. The Grecian, well, particularly the Athenian outlook on women was that, well, and actually just reproduction in general. So we all know in modern biology that it takes 2 gametes to form a human. Yeah, you need a sperm and an ovum, right? This is just, you know, how the birds and the bees 101, right? The Greeks didn't know that. They did not know about the ovum. They did not know about that half of the equation. So they believed it came purely from semen. They were like, you start off as sperm and then you become a baby. And so they were, as far as they were concerned, they were like, men create life. You know, children come from the men, and it's just women who carry them. I think it was Plato or it was Aristotle. One of them referred to women as like a pot of dirt upon which you grow a plant, right? It does not matter which dirt, it matters as the seed. So yeah, not particularly well informed, but in their defense, to a certain extent, they were several thousand years ago and without the medical knowledge we have now. Yeah, well, not just Lovecraft. The guy who ran the bombing mission on the German dams during World War II, his dog had the same name. Oh, don't tell me I've gotten it stuck. Okay, good, I haven't gotten it stuck. Lovecraft was also kind of a weird guy. A lot of people, so well, Lovecraft was kind of racist, but he also moderated his views over time. The other thing with Lovecraft is that he was not particularly abnormal given his context, and that he grew up in upper class like New England in the US, and the political views there we would consider kind of weird now, in that they basically wanted an aristocracy. Like modern America is very, I love my democracy. I love that any man can become president. Any man born in these United States. Well, I wouldn't say he would have been a chill guy. Well, it depends. If he'd lived long enough, he might have been a chill guy nowadays. Because again, like, and this was recorded by both himself and by people who knew Lovecraft. They were like, yeah, he got just like, particularly in the 30s, they were like, he got distinctly less racist as he got older. But also, he wasn't necessarily like racist in the sense of like, I hate people who aren't white. See, that's the thing though, right? Because I've heard people say he was racist for his era. But I've also heard some people say that he actually wasn't racist for his era. It's just that his views on racism were a bit peculiar. Because, like, for instance, Winston Churchill, right? Like, Winston Churchill was a racist, okay? Like, this is a documented thing where, I can't remember who it was. They were like another British politician was like, Winston in most cases is an extraordinarily reasonable man, but when it comes to the matter of Indian independence and Indians in general, he is unhinged. But no, the thing with Lovecraft, right, is again, it's like he had those very New England political sensibilities in that they wanted an aristocracy. They had this belief of like, the people who should become politicians are, you know, the people with the right upbringing, the people from the right social class. So we shouldn't have just anyone, you know, entering politics. It should be the right sort of people. But like, for instance, Lovecraft was very outspoken about Native Americans, and that he was like, he was very pro Native American self-governance, if I believe. Like, he wasn't obviously like he wasn't a, you know, indigenous rights activist or anything. But in a number of his writings, I'm pretty sure he was like, yeah, the Native Americans should govern themselves. You know, they should have their own government. And, you know, white people should govern white people and Native Americans should govern Native Americans. Because, again, that was his belief of, like, everyone should have their right place in society. I know it's very weird. And, again, probably was kind of racist, but not in the way that people think when you say someone was a racist. Hopefully I'm not getting too deep here. I know I'm in the ocean, and it's been a long day at work. But, like, another one that's weird with Lovecraft, and again, this is one of those weird things with authors. So he wrote an essay in the 1930s where he refers to himself as a fascist. He says, my political views are fascism. I like fascism. And so a lot of people have taken that to be like, yeah, Lovecraft was a fascist. But if you actually read beyond that opening paragraph and actually read what his political views are, it doesn't actually align with fascism at all. It's closer to a social democracy, and Lovecraft, as far as we can tell, basically just didn't know what fascism was. He was like, yeah, I like this thing, and I think that's what fascism is. So yeah, sometimes you gotta be careful with what people say about certain things, even what they say about themselves. But yeah, Lovecraft definitely had some stuff going on. Where are we? I had some cubes to put in a box. Do I need water? I'll drink some water. Sippy time. I don't know where I'm going. So I need a Cyclops shield generator. Yeah, no, again, and I think that's a fair argument as well, Mike, of being like, yeah, this, like, even for his era, this dude took it to the extreme. And also, again, the opposite, which is like, so a great example I've seen is talking about America and race, is people go, oh, well, like, you know, yeah, such and such a guy was racist, but everyone was racist then. And the counter argument is, yeah, but then you had John Brown, who, like, the man who in, like, the early 1800s was like, no, slavery is immoral. It is, you know, obviously and blatantly immoral. I'm going to take guns and free slaves, and anyone who gets in my way is getting shot because this is immoral. Like, it's hard to argue, oh, they thought it was normal at the time, when you have people like John Brown being like, no, it ain't fucking normal and it ain't fucking right. So yeah, no, I agree with you, Mike, in that regard, but I also think it's important to sometimes look at some of the broader context. Again, my big one with Lovecraft is the whole called himself a fascist. If you actually read the text he wrote, it's like, oh, you're clearly calling yourself something that you have no idea what it is. And that's the other thing as well, again, in the 30s with Lovecraft, and this is a well-documented thing with him, he did moderate a lot of his views, and particularly in regards to his views on democracy, because as I said earlier, he was really into this whole, like, democratic, like, New England aristocracy. He abandoned a lot of that and moved towards, like, he was very pro New Deal-esque social support. He went very radical, like, with in regards to the Great Depression, he was very radically like, no, we should be doing all this stuff and the government should be paying for it. Whereas previously he'd been the government should pay for nothing. Rich people should contribute their money towards society. He actually wrote an essay on it. He wrote an essay being like, rich people should give their money towards making society better in times of depression. And then he saw that all the rich people weren't doing that and got really disillusioned. Which, my response to that is, gee, who could have thought? Like, took you fucking long enough, but at least he got there in the end. Lunch and sippy time. Where are the blue ones? Where do the blue ones live? I must search. Mother, I crave the blue ones. The other fun one in that regard is yeah, exactly. Mother, I crave BioLens. Oh yeah, no. John Brown was absolutely based. Yeah, no, John Brown was an absolute chat. He was a minister. I think he was the Reverend John Brown. I can't remember what he was. I think he was like a Baptist or something like that. But he was a preacher, and he came to his opinion from the Bible. He basically read the Bible and was like, from reading the Bible, I know what Jesus and God wanted, or at least that's what he believed. He said from reading the holy texts, I have come to the conclusion that slavery is immoral, and basically was like a forceful abolitionist. He was like, I'm going to do this by force. Unfortunately, he died in the process, because he and a bunch of his supporters took control of a fort and were like basically freed a bunch of slaves, took control of a fort, and were like, we ain't coming out if, you know, we ain't giving up these former slaves. If you want us to come out, you got to come in and get us, sort of thing. I need radium. I need radiation protection. So yeah, unfortunately, had his life tragically cut short in that process. But yeah, has become recognized now as, yes, exactly. No. That's basically what John Brown said. He, like, you are very, very close. he said something very similar to that. It was something along the lines of like, if you want to debate slavery with the Lord, I'll happily send you to him so you can have the discussion, or something like that. Like it was a real Chad line. And I saw it and was just like, oh man, this guy knows what he's on about. Where did I put my radiation suits? Other one that's fun. So, what's his face? Robert E. Howard, the guy who created Conan the Barbarian. He was kind of an interesting guy. Because of the fact that he gets criticized a lot nowadays. No, he didn't have a movie about him starring Leslie Nielsen, but there was a movie on Netflix, I think. Welcome in, Rabia. How you doing? I'm doing okay. I had my first day back in the office today, so I am also a little bit tired after doing a day of absolutely nothing. Well, nothing productive because it's the first day back. We're talking about badass historical figures. No, I get what you mean, Mike. No, there was a movie about him relatively recently. He was played by that actor who I cannot remember his name, and I cannot remember what he's in. He's that old guy who always has a beard. I will give me a hot second. I will literally Google this right now, because I hate being like, oh, it was that guy who's in movies who I can never remember his name. Hang on. John Brown. Yes, John Brown, the abolitionist. From Leader. Harper's Ferry. Legacy. Yes, there's a meetings, there's museums, there's a day named after him, there's statues, streets. There's, again, the guy got a lot of recognition. Where is it? I swear there's another film. I can't remember what it's called. All I can find is like the one that was made in 1940. Damn it! I swear there was another film about him. Maybe Sam Elliott. Is that it? No, it's not Sam Elliott, unfortunately. It is not he. Maybe is it Good Lord Bird? Is that it? Who played it? Is it, no. Maybe it is the Ethan. No, it's not the Ethan Hawke one. There was another one. There was another one that had. Anyway, I'm going to have to live with not knowing who played the actor. Which actor played. It's not the Ethan Hawke one. I can't find it. Oh well. Maybe, because I think, I suspect it was one that was a... No, it wasn't Jeff Bridges either. I can't remember what other things he was in. Anyway. We will cast this from our minds, but remember that John Brown was an absolute Chad. But the other one I was going to say was Ronnie Howard, the guy who made Conan, has kind of an interesting history in that a lot of people nowadays look at his books, like the Conan books, and are like, ugh, fantasy tropes. Like, fantasy tropes are always so objectifying of women. You know, look at all these half-naked barbarian princesses on the cover of Conan. The thing is, Ronnie Howard never actually wanted that and talked about how he didn't like it. He didn't actually do that stuff. It was, he wrote the stories, and then the publishers, like, he sold it to a magazine for whatever money he could get, and the publishers were like, cool, now we need a salacious cover to get people to buy our magazine. So you wind up with all these Conan the Barbarian stories with, you know, barely clad princesses, when that was not really Howard's ideal. He's kind of like, I prefer not to, but I gotta sell books, and the publisher makes the choices. But it's interesting how, what's that name? William Smith? Maybe. It's not Will Smith, but... yeah, William Smith. Yeah, it's interesting how certain things become a myth of history. No, it's not William Smith, unfortunately. What film? Keep my God's name out your fucking mouth. What was the film that you were struggling to find, Mike? I mean, obviously you don't know the name of the film, but if you can describe it to me, maybe I can have an answer. Probably not, but maybe. But yeah, it's funny how certain things kind of start out as historical myth, but kind of become this, like, accepted truth, even though it's not. The other one is, corsets, right? So, raise your hand in chat, raise your hand, if you've heard the whole story of, like, back in Victorian England, women wore corsets that were so tight that it, like, crushed their organs and damaged their ribs and, like, made them faint and they couldn't breathe, and gave them teeny tiny waists that men could put their hands around, and it was all for men, and it was all for society's conception of beauty, and these things were horrible for women, and they, you know, they caused them great pain and suffering, but it was all because they wanted to look pretty. Right? Raise your hand if you've heard that. And it's bullshit, all of it. Yeah, but I mean, that's the point, Mike. Like, you may know better now. But it is a very pervasive myth. It is a very, very pervasive myth. And the reason why it's a pervasive myth is because in the late Victorian period, you had a group called the dress abolitionists. They're also known as the sensible dress movement. They didn't necessarily, they were not necessarily a bad ideology. Like, they were not, you know, particularly harmful. Excellent. I'm amongst based company who have heard of brassiers and corsets. These are important things to know about. But yeah, the sensible dress movement were like, we would like women to be allowed to wear pants. Right? Because at this time in England, in Victorian England, it was considered conduct unbecoming for a woman to wear pants in public, to wear trousers, and you could actually get arrested for it, for public indecency, if you were a woman and got caught wearing trousers in public, amongst other things. And part of the line of argument was also that if women can't wear trousers, women can't work as well as men, therefore women can't work. So it was tied into a lot of the early suffrage movement about women being able to own property, women being able to, like, you know, go to work and things like that. But the abolitionists put out a lot of propaganda saying things like corsets are bad for you, they destroy your bones, they cause all these internal organ damage. Funnily enough, oh, fuck off, Bone Shark, where did you come from? the dress abolitionists, the dress abolitionists actually argued that for underwear for both genders, well, as they considered it to be at the time, both genders, we know better now. But their position on it was that everyone should just wear like onesies, like what do they call them? What's the old school term for them? Long johns. That's it. Clancy Brown. you still going, Ravative. Where it is? Let me check. Clancy Brown. Clancy Brown. No, you are way off. I'm trying to think of something this guy's been in. He's a very slender man. He's very willowy. Go away, Bone Shark. Get emped. You have to do some repairs now. Any southern movie. Why is this not repairing? Oh, it's because I'm out of battery, that's why. Excellent. The machine has been fixed. Bonk. Bonk. Fuck off. This is out over Sea Trader's Pathway. Oh, he's probably been in a couple of westerns. I just... Oh, it's... Neither Kurt Russell nor Ian McKellen. Again, I'm really... I know his face, and I can see him... I can visualize him as being in western movies. Like as like a preacher or a doctor or something, but I just can't think of what. I can't think of the film, and therefore I cannot conceive of the man's name, and therefore I cannot conceive of what to Google. So we are at an impasse. We are trapped. We are stuck. Actually, speaking of history things, do you know what historical event would make a phenomenal horror film? The Sankanbetsu brown bear incident. So this happened in, like, I think the 1880s in Japan. It was at a town called Sankanbetsu, which no longer exists. Like a lot of rural Japanese villages, it's disappeared over time. But it was basically over a period of like 2 or 3 months, I think. This, like, one bear killed like 19 people. It was documented as being like unusually aggressive, in the sense of, like, bears usually avoid people. Sometimes if they get hungry and desperate, they'll like kind of come to human habitation and like attack people and stuff in search of food. But this one was unusually aggressive in the fact that, like, it kept coming back. But there's so many little details in the story just are perfect for a movie. For instance, like, after I think the second attack, maybe let me check some of those. Maybe it is one of those. Maybe it is Gary Cooper or Randolph Scott. But yeah, I believe after the second attack on the village, yeah, it is like a bit Beast of Gevaudan, or however you pronounce it. But yeah, after the second or third attack, they sent some of the young, no, not Randolph Scott, maybe Gary Cooper. No, again, these are all too old. Rabia, you're going at people from like too late of a generation. What? Go to the Park City? What? The Rat Man? Yeah, I'm not following you on that one. But anyway, yeah, after the second or third bear attack, they sent some villagers, like some young guys, went out to this other town to find this guy who was like a renowned bear hunter. And they find him, but he was an alcoholic, and he's like, "Oh, I'm retired from bear hunting. I sold my rifle to buy alcohol." And they're like, "Please come back to our village to help us fight this bear." And he's like, "Nah, fuck it, I'm just gonna stay here and drink." And so like the young dudes leave, but then the guy eventually winds up coming anyway. Like the bear hunter decided, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna go hunt this bear. And he didn't. I don't think he. Oh, maybe he did kill. They did kill the bear in the end. I don't know if he killed it, but he did help them. But I thought that whole thing of him being like an alcoholic and having sold his rifle and being like, I don't hunt bears no more, I just drink sake. And then they were like, please come with us. And then, like, for instance, one of the young guys who went to get him was one of the sons of one of the people who was killed by the bear, and that guy grew up to be a bear hunter out of like revenge. He killed like over 100 bears out of revenge for his family. Yeah, like again, there's so much to the story where you just like, and I'm sure some of it's been like Tsutomu Miyazaki. Never heard of him, or at least not that I can think of. Yeah, I'm sure some things have been embellished over time, but at the same time, it sounds like a good story. And also, I really like nature horror. Stuff like Rogue, where it's just like you are being hunted by a very large and very angry crocodile. Yeah. Actually, other one that could be an interesting one. The 600,000, I think it's 600,000. I can't remember what the number was. I think it's 600,000 yen robbery. Famous Japanese robbery. Very interesting story. So, basically, a car was traveling to, I believe, the Toyota factory. It was carrying 3 people inside of it who were from Nippon Bank. I'll look him up off stream. But yeah, it was traveling to Nippon Bank. Sorry, it's traveling from Nippon Bank. And in the car was also a briefcase with 600,000 yen in it or whatever. It was the total wages for the workers of the Toyota factory. It was they were getting their monthly paycheck, basically. Well, not even paycheck. This was back when you got paid as a worker, like they would literally hand you an envelope with money in it. So these 3 guys were going to the factory, you know, with the money under guard, basically to deliver it. And along the way, they get pulled over by what they thought was a Japanese police motorcycle. They get flagged down by a rider on wearing a Japanese police uniform on a Japanese police motorcycle. Yeah, I'll look him up after, but not on stream, Rabia. Cease talking about serial killers on stream. So yeah, they get pulled over by this what they think is a police officer who says, "We've received a report that there's a bomb in the car with you. Someone has planted a bomb in the car." At which point they start seeing smoke coming out from under the car. And so he says, get out of the car and get to safety. So they all bail out of the car and run off to the side of the road and go hide in a ditch. And everything's quiet for a minute. Like they're expecting the car to explode. So they're kind of waiting. And then nothing happens. See, if they are making a movie about it, great taste. Yeah, nothing happens. There's no explosion. And then when they go and stick their heads up out of the ditch and be like, what the hell happened? The dude who pulled them over has driven off with the car, which has all the money in it. And it turns out what he'd actually done was he'd thrown a road flare under the car to create the smoke, to make them think that it was going to explode.
Warning.
Oop.
Maximum depth reached. Hull
That's
clear.
crush depth. Let's not go to crush depth. So yeah, he basically made off with like the most money that has ever been stolen in Japan's history, and they never found him. And the elegance of the robbery I really appreciate, in the sense that like he literally just made his own copy of a Japanese police uniform and like just bought a motorcycle and painted it in Japanese police colors, and just kind of approached them with enough, I guess you could say, gravitas for them to be like, yeah, this guy strikes me as a Japanese police officer. True. But it was in like a locked briefcase in the trunk of the car. Like, that's the whole point. Like, it was supposed to be, you know, pretty secure. And also, if like, again, like if there's smoke coming out of the car and it's in the trunk of the car, it's kind of like, I don't think I have enough time to get that. But yeah, I really appreciate, like, again, I'm not one of those people who's like, yeah, I fucking love crimes. But at the same time, I appreciate a clever robbery. There was one in Switzerland a couple of years ago where some guys broke into a bank by stealing a helicopter. So the bank had all this security on the ground floor, right? So what these guys did was they stole a helicopter, flew it onto the roof of the bank, used sledgehammers to bash in the roof access door, and then stole a bunch of money, and then flew away and abandoned the helicopter. And again, as far as I'm aware, still haven't been caught. And I just love the elegance of, like, we can't break into the bank on the ground floor because there's too much security, but there's no security on the fucking roof. They don't expect us to get up here. You know, I appreciate an elegant solution to a problem far more than like a zany Ocean's 11, you know, to trick the motion sensors, we have to shake the whole building so it thinks it's an earthquake. I should probably stop for a recharge soon. I really don't know where these last two plants are. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is one of those interesting ones. Apparently there was a bank robbery years ago in the US where the guys who robbed the bank had with them a Finnish Lahti anti-tank rifle. And the police wound up like interrogating a bunch of like arms collectors, being like, yeah, so they had one of these when they didn't use it to rob the bank. They just had it with them. The exact reason why remains unknown, because one of the theories is that they were going to use it to try and open a vault or something like that, but they never did. Yeah, I haven't seen the Mafia 3, so I might have to look into it and find out what the plan is there. But again, like I do like a simple, clever thing. Yeah, robbing a bank with rocket launchers is one of those things where it is kind of a bit, I don't know, well, if you know what you're doing, it's a good strategy, but it's probably excessive. I was watching a really interesting interview with a guy who was a diamond thief back in the like late 80s, early 90s. And that was kind of interesting from some of his perspective on like why some of it was like, he was like, we did it because we were criminals, like we did it because we wanted money and diamonds were easy money. But he was also kind of like, the diamond industry is so unethical. Like most diamond dealers back then had illegal diamonds. They had conflict diamonds. They had stuff they weren't supposed to sell. So like, you know, we were stealing stuff off. We were robbing crooks, and you know, they were reporting some of it on insurance, but they were also only reporting a little bit of what we stole because the other stuff was stuff that they weren't supposed to have. So he was kind of saying like that the reason why diamond robbery was so effective for them was because if they stole stuff that they couldn't report to the police, it was really hard to track. It also helped that they had a guy who was a diamond salesman who was on their crew. Oh, fuck off, sharks. Yeah, he had a guy whose day job was diamond sales, and he would case the joints for them. Like he'd be like, yeah, I sold a bunch of like shady diamonds to this dude. You should rob him because I know he has a bunch of shady diamonds. Huh. Are these what I think I need? Are these? Yes, they are bulb bushes. Fuck. Hang on. Okay, enter Seamoth, exit Seamoth. Fuck off. Stop damaging my Seamoth. I need this. Okay, let's store a bunch of this. Why are bone sharks assholes? Okay, bulb bush, very good. Now all we need is the other one. La Outre one. The blue fan one. Well, I mean, if they're a rat, they're not a person, so... Saying that they're a person you don't respect isn't true. They're a rat you don't respect. Rats, we are the rats. Yeah, I mean that's fair. I think the big thing with jewelry is well, it's, how do I put this? And I know some people who've worked in jewelry have kind of explained similar things to me. And a friend of mine whose dad was a lawyer and a very colorful kind of guy had explained similar. Oh fuck. Okay, that's a decoy, and I know what's moving out there. There's a big fucker out there. I'm gonna go back home and just put this back real quick. But yeah, he was kind of telling me about some similar stuff where he's basically like, yeah, jewelry stores and stuff, like most of their security is to prevent opportunists. Like it's to prevent people from just running in and grabbing shit and running off. Or like people who are like, hey, I'm shall we say a meth addict who thinks that robbing a bunch of jewelry is a good idea. Oh, here's my pipe. My pipe that I lost and forgotten. Maybe I should pick it up. I don't think I have inventory space for it. So this thing was my plan to try and improve my ability to dive, because there's an air pump going down here, and the idea was it would let me refresh my oxygen. It would let me come up here and be like, so see if I can pick some of this up. But yeah, you're saying the security is more to do with keeping away opportunists. You know what? I'm gonna come back for this. And that, like, for proper people, they're like, people who are gonna try and break in are gonna try and break in. Like, proper jewelry thieves are gonna get in even if we try and stop them. How we stop them from actually robbing shit is the fact that, like, we have an inventory of everything. We know what we have and what we don't have, and and we know that our jewelry is at least different enough that if they try and sell it anywhere, like, we can essentially track where they've been. You know, it's not foolproof, but it's one of those things where it's like, stealing the jewelry isn't the hard part. The hard part is getting rid of it and turning it into money. It's the same thing with, like, the Mona Lisa, right? Like, you could steal the Mona Lisa. It'd be difficult, but you could do it. But you could never sell the Mona Lisa because no one would be willing to buy the Mona Lisa, because if you bought the Mona Lisa, you've just bought the stolen Mona Lisa. Like, you can never tell anyone. It's the the contradiction between doing the thing and getting value from the thing. I mean, that's fair, Mike. What was my scheme? I had a scheme that was like a here's how to launder money. Oh, that was it. So Twitch, this is purely a hypothetical. Twitch, do not put me in the Twitch dungeon for talking about this. So a couple of years ago, a place got done for essentially being an illegal drug operation. Well, okay, no, these are not genuine schemes though. These are like ha ha ha, wouldn't this be silly? You know, it's far easier to just get into like finance or whatever if you want to be a terrible person and steal people's money legally. But no, there was in Melbourne, there was an illegal, I believe, cocaine operation. But they were operating out of a 24-hour florist as a front, right? And I was joking around my mates at work, being like, this is a terrible plan. Why would you use a 24-hour florist as your front? Because, like, it makes no sense. Like, sure, it's a 24-hour florist, but who's showing up to buy a bundle of roses at 3 in the morning? Hey, Tate, how you doing? Hola. Yeah, who's showing up to buy a bundle of roses at 3 in the morning? Like, that's inherently suspicious. Like, the guy showing up with a van at 3 in the morning at a 24-hour florist, you know that man's doing a drug drop-off, right? So we were saying the best way to do any sort of front for a narcotics operation would be like a Vietnamese bakery. Yeah? Because people showing up in vans at like 3 in the morning, well, you're a bakery, right? Like, you're getting your delivery of perishables for the day, for the day's baking. Like, this isn't suspicious at all. This is just business. And also, you've got a fallback, because if the narcotics don't work out, you can always just sell the other addictive substance, that is banh mi. What do you mean I always... Oh no, I do want to ban Tate. I was wondering where you were going with that. I was like, is the keto hitting too hard, Tate? Are you craving a banh mi? But yeah, see, I reckon that's how the cops probably found him. Well, okay, but maybe it's delayed keto, Tate. Maybe it's delayed, like, you were keto back in October, and now it's kicked in again, and you're like, damn, I could really go for a banh mi. Yeah, I'm gonna agree. I haven't found anywhere where I live that does decent banh mi. All the good ones are up in Sydney, so... Well, I mean, I feel like that one would only go so far, Larabia, in the sense that it's like a cursory a cursory investigation would pretty quickly reveal that it's not flour, but it does at least give you a convenient storage receptacle. That's fair. You know what, Tate? I will, if you find decent banh mi in Dubbo, I will provide for the Tate Banh Mi Fund. I will gift you the things you need to survive whilst studying. Oh, nice. Unsure of quality. Okay, well, maybe you should investigate the quality, and I will potentially fund your banh mi adventures. Oh yeah. So, I currently have a very overgrown. No. Tate wife should know better by now. See, I feel like having a real intricate password system is just too much effort. I think the real trick to it is just don't be overt enough to get caught. Know when to cut your losses and pull out. But no, I was gonna say I currently have a very overgrown herb garden. If I can tempt you at all with some basil and maybe some mint and some other things, I will happily go. All right, Mike, enjoy the eep, and thanks for dropping by. I just need to find one more plant. Where calorie intake is recommended. I understand. Let me. Bladderfish? What the fuck was that? I've never heard that sound before. I've never heard that strange whale sound. Fimsh, come here. Fimsh, come here. Fimsh, come here. Yes, no, I have an egregious amount of basil and mint. And probably some other things as well. I'll check. Again, it's currently very overgrown, so it's one of those things of like, I have a surplus that I am willing to share, and by that I mean, oh god, please take it off my hands. I'm here. Excellent. Okay, time to make food and water. Ah, ad break time. Hurrah! Hooroo! Sustenance. Imsh. 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 And now water. Now I have to think, where is this last plant found?
Vital signs stabilized.
Munch, munch, munch. Swig, swig, swig. Where is this last plant found? It's found in like a cave or somewhere, I swear. So I remember having seen it. What do I need? I need sea crown seed. I'm gonna Google this just because I have all the others. I'm gonna be like, where do I find somehow I managed to fucking misspell that horribly, and I spelled it Sibnquit, and all the recommendations are Skibbity Toilet. Fuck my life. Okay, Subnautica, the crown. Sea crown. So it's found in the bulb zone, the dunes, the dune caves, and the grassy plateau caves. The third rarest, okay. The dunes sinkhole. Entrance to the jelly shroom caves. Aha. Oh, and in the Sea Emperor Leviathan's aquarium. Okay, that makes life easier, I think. Let's try that. If it's in this, it's in the Sea Emperor's aquarium. Hang on, where? Here is that. Where's my moth? Did I park the moth? I did. Hop. I'll leave repairs. Yeah, well, I mean, it was like there was an S and there was an I in there. I mean, it had to happen sometime. Where are we going? We're going this way, Diamond Stash. Let's go to the Diamond Stash. And then we will descend into the portal. I can't find this actor either. But that's okay. Were they in Conan? No, they weren't. The only thing I can think, I think they played like a president once, maybe. I don't know. I can't remember. Again, I genuinely cannot remember. All right, let's head to the Diamond Stash. What was the conundrum? The conundrum was, so I need to get the last, I have all the plants except for one. And it turns out this particular plant is like the rarest one in the game, or like of the set, the rarest one to find. So I basically Googled it. I was like, look, I'm just gonna Google it. But I horribly misspelled Subnautica, and instead of spelling Subnautica, I spelled like Skibniquit, and Google was like, did you mean Skibbity Toilet? And I was like, no, I did not mean Skibbity Toilet. No, it's no. Don't think it's Daniel Day-Lewis, maybe? No, it is most definitely not Daniel Day-Lewis. The actor in question is an actor whose name I cannot remember, who played, I think, John Brown in something. Not Ethan Hawke. He's like an old guy who always has a beard. It can only mean skibbity bop dub dub, yes, yes, yes. Yeah, I cannot remember the actor or anything that he's in to give an example. That's the problem. Big fish. Do you know what I like about this place? Is that none of the things want to hurt me. Apparently it's found in here. I was about to be like, do you know what would be really depressing if all the plants were found in here? But then it turns out that that would make no sense, because they need the plants in order to make the hormone to hatch the eggs, which they don't have, so... Or the enzyme or whatever. I think played John Brown, I don't know. Or played something I watched on Netflix that was basically the John Brown story. In that it was like freeing slaves and fighting against the government. John Brown, the Reverend John Brown, the abolitionist. The man who was like, slavery is cringe, and if you say otherwise, I'm gonna give you some lead. I don't think Wyatt Russell. Let me find out. No, not Wyatt Russell. It's definitely not Wyatt Russell. Yes, not Ethan Hawke. Not Ethan Hawke. Oh, is this it? Maybe it is. Oh, I think I found it. I may have found it. Yes, I found it. The film is called Emperor. And the actor in question is James Cromwell. Yeah. The film's called Emperor. It has John Brown in it. It's not about John Brown. It's about a black guy who goes to fight with John Brown. But yes, James Cromwell is the guy. What do you mean Andrew looks up thinking he's watching 40K? I looked it up because it's fucking John Brown, and John Brown's a Chad. I watched it because I clicked on that afterwards, but I was like, no, I watched it because Harper's Ferry was badass, and John Brown was an absolute mad lad. Where is the sea crown? Where is it? The internet said you could find it here. But actually, speaking of, Amazon is doing a Warhammer live action, as we know. Mayhap.
Passing 100 meters.
Is this the one? No, this is Spotted Dockleaf.
Passing 200 meters. Oxygen efficiency greatly decreased.
Oxygen efficiency greatly decreased. Yeah, we'll see. Everyone's saying that. We still don't know what the project is actually going to be. People are assuming that Henry Cavill's going to play the lead. I don't know. I mean, if it was pre-Heresy Emperor, yeah, potentially. The problem is that, like, part of the point of the Emperor... Why is this rock red? Part of the point of the Emperor is that he is enigmatic. Like, there is so little known about him. So the idea of just like, oh hey, he's the main character, Emperor. Yeah, Henry Cavill's Ghazghul Thraka. I don't know. I've said this before. I still think the optimal TV show to make in my mind is you get the people who animated Castlevania and get them to animate us a Gotrek and Felix series, and that way we can keep Brian Blessed as the voice of Gotrek. This plant can allegedly be found in here. I'm not so sure. Have suspicions. I have become suspicious. Maybe. Oh, maybe. Let me just try. And it's usually found in caves and shit, right? Aha! It can be found here. Nice. Nice. We've done it. We've done it. We've done it, Patrick. We've saved the city. I think we're doing it, lads. I think if I can find the portal out of here, I think we've almost defeated the game. We've almost beaten Subnautica. Praise the deep ones. Okay. Whoop. Did I just get tentacle? I think I did. Speaking of Thraka, I am currently painting an orc. It's going okay, considering it's like the second orc I've ever painted. Tate, I can't tell if you're trolling or if you're just ignorant. Okay, you're making a pun. No, because there is a sequel to this game, and the sequel is Subnautica Below Zero, and it's set in an ice biome. It's you get your wish. Subnautica is a thing. You get that which you sought. That reminds me, have I got the things I need to make the Cyclops shield? Yeah, Below Zero is on the list. I've heard it's not quite as good as this one, but it'll happen. I might give Subnautica a break though, like once I finish this. I feel like sometimes variety is needed. Bannerlord stream when Bannerlord is good. No, again, Bannerlord's one of those ones where I don't know enough about it to be like, would I stream this? I mean, to be fair, I broke this game last stream. I had it bugged in a good way in the sense that I never lost oxygen, which meant I could stay underwater forever. Yeah, okay. I mean, I'll take your word for it, Tate, that Bannerlord is good, but there's a difference between good game and good game to stream. Because, for instance, like I don't like. This is just me. I'm not a huge fan of games that are overly text or dialogue heavy. It's one of the reasons why I have one of the Yakuza games, but I don't want to stream it. I got it to stream it, but I don't want to stream it just because of how, like, there is so much dialogue in it. And it's very, like the opening part of the game is you do a bunch of combat tutorials, and then it's like, go find this guy and talk to him for 10 minutes. Now find another guy and talk to him. I like it when games don't anticipate things like that, where it's like, we didn't think you would try and take this through here. So we didn't expect you to try and take this through customs. I have, well, it's Yakuza, but it's not Yakuza. Why do I have two sea glides? It's the Ishin Like a Dragon or whatever, the one that's set in feudal Japan. I'm just gonna put everything in these fucking cupboards. Yeah, it's the one that's set in feudal Japan. And you're a samurai. Yeah, but at the same time, like, again, I know the Yakuza franchise is big, and I kind of wanted to start with it because it was set in feudal Japan. Like, it was one of those things of, like, feudal Japan is a vibe that I enjoy more than I enjoy, you know, modern Yakuza stuff. Now, I've heard that, again, the Yakuza franchise is very good. I've heard that I'm not familiar with the game Too Many Ninjas. I may have to look into this game of Too Many Ninjas. Actually, let's do some fabrication, shall we? I got all the bits I need. Or the Zyklop. No, but I will. Okay, fuck it. Let's go. We've got the enzyme. We've got the precious juice. Let's take the precious juice. Actually, let's get some lunch and then we'll go take the precious juice. Peeper, come here. I require to munch you. Ah, okay. Okay. Because, yeah, I've heard good things about Yakuza 0. The problem with the Yakuza franchise, much like the Fate franchise and things like that, is it's like, and also like Metal Gear and stuff. A lot of Japanese franchises are like this, because a lot of them, they have like the main story games, and then they have the Gaiden games, which are like, oh, here's a side story. And they're the ones where I'm always like, you know, should I play the main ones first, or should I play the side stories? Because, like, for instance, Metal Gear Rising, which is on my list, a lot of people are like, yeah, Metal Gear Rising, just play it. You don't need to have played like Metal Gear 1 or any of the others. It's a side story and it stands on its own. The other one is also, I'm a little bit hesitant to travel it back in time, in the sense of, like, a lot of people will be like, hey, Ando, you should play Dark Souls. And I'm like, yeah, but Dark Souls came out like 1 billion years ago, and it's a really old game. Like, as much as I respect Dark Souls and the Dark Souls meta on Twitch, I also kind of don't want to, like, I don't want to get too much into it. Yooka-Laylee, that's the, wasn't it the like Banjo-Kazooie but not Banjo-Kazooie one? I heard not good things about it. I heard that it was like, it tries to be Banjo-Kazooie but does it poorly, like, and is not worth your time. I do want to play the little alligator game. That one looks very good because it has a little alligator. No, I told you I'm not doing a Kong stream. Yeah, no, I assumed that, because this is the thing. So the Yakuza as an institution have their roots back in the Edo period. So the reason why the wakizashi, or the tanto, like the short sword or the dagger, is associated with the Yakuza. So the Yakuza started out as like protection rackets. Thank you, Tate, for the flashbang. Yeah, Yakuza started out as like protection rackets. That what they'd basically do is they'd be like tough guys who'd go around to like the marketplace and be like, hey, you have a lot of valuable stuff here that you're selling. Pay us money and we will make sure that people don't rob you. And it wasn't like, hey, pay us money so we don't rob you. It was genuinely like, we are bodyguards. Pay us money so bandits don't steal your shit. And they did branch out into other less legal activities like gambling, which was illegal in Japan at the time. But because of their semi-legitimate nature, they got recognized by the shogunate, the government, and they basically said, look, you guys are all semi-legit, so we're going to give you a certain rank within society. So only samurai were allowed to carry the daisho, the two swords, the long sword and the short sword, as a symbol of their rank. But certain other classes, and again the Yakuza were one of these, were given the honor of, like, to show that you guys are cool but not as cool as samurai, you can carry one sword, the short sword, to show that you're a Chad. Yes, hence the die. Well, yes and no. The daisho in Japanese actually means, yes, all a word come from Greek. Kimono coming from kimona, meaning spider. See, spider silk. You have kimono. But no, the actual meaning behind daisho is literally the big and the small. What they're referring to is yes, the fact that you have two swords, one is big and one is small. Yes, there is the portal. Now here's a question: do I want to try and fit my big submarine through this portal? And also, wait, hang on a second, Tate. Does die mean two in Greek? I can't remember. I can't remember, is die or buy Greek? Oh, okay, let's try it. Oh, I don't think it will fit. Sag. Oh well. Let's just park this off to the side. Yeah, actually, no, that makes sense. Die does make sense. Because it's Dimacheron or whatever is Greek. What was I doing? I have the soup.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
I have entered the portal.
100 meters. Oxygen efficiency greatly decreased.
Okay. Let us add the soup to the mixture. I have the soup. We shall now apply the soup. And behold the beebs! Hello, beebs. The children. Probably surface because I don't want to die. They're making guitar distortion noises. Oh no.
My young are swimming for the shallows. I thank you. Their freedom is my end.
You're welcome, but I'm also very sad.
To go to sleep and never wake up. Perhaps next we meet, I will be an ocean current, carrying seas to a new land.
Perhaps.
Or a creature so small, it sees the gaps between the grains of sand. Farewell.
Oh, that was close. This is the thing that's frustrating is the game still counts us as being at like 1400 meters, so our oxygen depletes real fast. I think you were supposed to do that in the prawn suit. Goodbye, Emperor. I mean, you do still seem to be moving. Maybe if I come back, you will not. Okay, maybe I shall leave now. See, I understand the logic of this, of like repopulating this species because they produce the enzyme that like heals the bacterium. But I'm really wondering about the logic of deploying a bunch of these little dudes out. Especially considering the fact that like the ocean is full of leviathans. Like, yeah, these guys will get huge, but they won't get huge straight away. Yeah, press tab to view. Juvenile specimen is producing highly potent form of enzyme 42. Okay. Okay, it's exhibiting a positive attitude. How wonderful. Let me just board my submarine real quick. Oh, that's right. Didn't I get a radio signal? Hang on. What happens if I... Still infected. Are the baboos still chilling out? They are still chilling out. Can you give me some of that enzyme? Can you share me a bit of that enzyme? Engine powering up. Just do a turnaround and go to this alien weapons platform. Go in this docking bay that I've always wanted to use. Watch Ando do a shit job of parking. Or not. This conveniently Cyclops-shaped bay.
Engine powering down.
Why is my whole submarine full of water? Why is my submarine full of water? What is going on? Unless that's a reflection or something. I have no leaks. My hull is not leaking. I don't know what's going on. Okay, let's go exploring. Oh, is that a data point? No, it's just a glowy wall sign. Do we have wall sign? The likes of which even God has never seen. So I think, isn't this where you have to go to like turn off the space laser? Hey, yo, Necrons, we got rid of the... This is the Doomsday device. We got rid of the bacterium. Interact. My hand in the box. Oh no, that's right, I'm still doesn't like me. Here's what I wonder. And I wonder... So I think I need to go back to the facility where Mama Bear is. And now the corpse formerly known as Mama Bear. And I think there might be some stuff in there where it'll be like, we now have the data on Enzyme 42 from the babies. We can fabricate a new enzymatic cure. I probably should have bought my prawn suit. That's outside. Oh no, this is the power plant, isn't it? Okay, this is not where I want to be. I wish to go back. I love how like you like kind of just wiggle this thing as you hold it when you walk along. And hop. Zoom.
100 meters.
Passing 100 meters.
Decreased.
Yeah, to the portal. Fuck off, warp up. The baboos, the baboos are gone. This is what we need. Yes. The schmooze. This is why you don't stick your hand in the schmooze. Yes, we're being purged of the bacterium by the schmooze, and then the warper leaves because we're not infected. There we go. And now we can go and push the button. So we don't actually have to go back to the other base. So now we can push the button, and then we can build the rocket. Get my knife out. This is how you know I'm edgy, chat. I'm running with a naked blade. I'm running with Caesarus. Or any other point they object. Huh? I do not understand. I do not understand the... Aruba, Jamaica. Salad I will make you. Swing. Don't get pissy at me. Ding dong. Laser weapon deactivated. Normal.
Complete. Vital signs normal. No remaining sign of bacterial infection.
I'm really curious why there's like very loud lowing sensation, like why it's making that noise. Oof, okay. All right, to the submarine. Actually, give me a sec. I want to... Is this door open? Yeah, it does. I've already come through here. Okay. Well, fourth field control. Yes, but also... Yes, but also, if you'd read the lore, Tate, so recognizing that you haven't been here for every stream and that I'm not always good with the lore. So the lore in this game is that the bacterium called Kara, the Kara bacterium. Oh shit, am I stuck again? Oh, I can actually turn the headlights on. The more you know. Yeah, the Kara bacterium doesn't come from the planet. It was accidentally introduced here by the alien, the precursors, the guys who built this structure. So what we know from the lore is that Kara was encountered by the precursors on some planet out on the periphery. They didn't actually say which one, and they said that it was discovered, it was found to be highly lethal, it was accidentally transmitted to a bunch of other planets. It might be Earth, I don't know, they don't say. They just say they found it on a... Because the aliens, like... The lore goes to great pains to try and be like, hey, these aliens ain't human. Their conception of reality is not the same as humanity's. I'll see. Let me hang on. Let me see if I can find the lore snippet. Power contagion profile. I think this is the one. Discovery. First encountered during routine network expansion on Outer Worlds. So like they have this whole thing they refer to as the network. I don't know what that means. Pandemic development. Network error resulted in routine quarantine procedure failure. Contagion was uploaded to and spread quickly through the core world. Confirmed deaths 143 billion individuals. Bacterial mechanism attaches to healthy living cells and mutates basic genetic structure. Emergency steps taken. Core worlds quarantine. Bacterial samples distributed to isolated disease research facilities for vaccine development. So this was one of the vaccine development sites that accidentally got the bacterium released here. So yeah, but I was gonna say, like, my point is that it could be the bacterium is not from here. It's an introduced species, therefore it could be a bacterium. I don't know. I don't know if they got it from Earth. It's the standard writing caveat of we'll provide you with no details and therefore you can offer no criticisms. Well, not no criticisms, but it's like we will expect you to either not know any better or to fill in the blanks. But I understand your position, Tate. It's my same thing when it comes to The Last of Us and Cordyceps. Where I'm just like, Cordyceps doesn't work like that. You just want an excuse to have zombies that aren't traditional zombies. Like, you've essentially said Cordyceps is magic and makes zombies when it doesn't. Yeah, they even don't look at earthbound bacteria. There, that's fair. That's fair. I think I was gonna say I think they went with bacteria because bacteria is a nice sounding word. Like, you know, you have been infected by alien bacteria as opposed to you have been infected by alien archaea. People know what bacteria are. Most people don't know what archaea are. Although, if you wanted to do archaea, I feel like they could have gone, you have been infected by alien parasite. Tate. You're not people. Since when have you ever been people? You're of a class apart. You stand above the generic people. You are not part of the collective noun. People of people. Anyway, actually, let's turn the engines off. I probably do I want to be lame and just take my shield generator out of this? I have vague memories of that. I have a suspicion of who it may have been, but at the same time, I'm like, that's their loss. I talked to Daniel because Daniel's not stupid. I talked to Tate because Tate is not stupid. I talk to lots of people because they're not stupid. I don't see the incentive in talking to someone who is stupid, right? I don't judge people for being stupid, but I don't intentionally seek them out, nor would I cease being friends with someone because their partner wasn't. I don't know. People are strange. Like, I remember talking to my sister-in-law, and she was talking about, like, a friend of hers who she was like, oh yeah, like, this friend says a bunch of stuff that, like, I don't necessarily agree with, and like blah 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 blah, and I was just like, okay, so you were telling me that this person essentially annoys you, so why are you their friend? Like, you know, you don't seem to particularly like this person, so why are you their friend? I don't understand the concept of being friends with people you don't particularly like. I mean, I can understand like being co-workers or whatever, like there are people you have to tolerate. But I don't recall having ever actively sought out someone I didn't like to engage with on a regular basis.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Let us cook. Let's cook. Jesse, we need to cook. Okay, we'll cook, and then we will make Zyklop. We'll cook, we'll drink, we'll make Zyklop. And now we shall launch.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Alright, first what do we need? Let's get rid of this. Unpin all. So, we need polyaniline. I think. We need a computer chip. We need Neptune cockpit. We need Zyklop shield. So for Zyklop, we need polyaniline, which is gold and acid. Let's make the acid. The acid's really easy to make 'cause it's just hydrochloric. I have the ingredients for it. Salt, salt, salt. Where is Ando's favorite thing? Where is salt? Is that salt? I think it is. And let's get some deep shrooms. Deep shrooms. Oh yes, we got like 30 minutes left. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're getting off this planet. I don't have to turn into a crab. We're doing it. Shroom, shroom, shroom. Actually. Knife. I mean, I'm never coming back for these, but still, it's nice. Actually, I might just do a quick cheeky save, just in case. Actually, let me go upstairs. I think I have gold upstairs. Or maybe I don't. I might have to go forage for some gold. Nope, I think it's gold foraging time. Sandstone chunk. Activate the scouter. In the meantime, let me just fabricate a little bit of hydrochloric acid, as one does. Have I got the cuprum down here? Yes, I have cuprum. Let's make some copper wire. Which I need for the computer chip. Actually, I need double polyaniline, so... Oh, no, I don't. I need single polyaniline, so I don't need double. And I'm going to need double computer chip, though, so what I need for the advanced wiring kit... Advanced wiring kit. Where is the advanced wiring kit? It's in here somewhere. Where are you? Where are you? The cables of my nightmares. Oh yeah, I was talking about this earlier. I got a new lamp. The Redgrass R9. I really like it. The one thing that I have a problem with is that well, actually, thing I like, thing I don't like. So, unlike a lot of lamps which just have a single contiguous cable, this one doesn't. And the cable's a standard, like, power supply unit joiner. So it means in theory I can get a longer cable for it, or I could probably just hook it up to like some other power supply. But the stock joiner that it comes, like the stock power supply unit that it comes with, is a little bit short. So I've got it set up at the moment, but it kind of goes under my desk and is a bit meh. I might try and get a longer one and plug it into a different power point as opposed to the power board that I have. So I currently run all of my stuff off a power board that's under my desk because my PC is under my desk. So my PC plugs straight into that. My monitor plugs straight into that, and then my cameras for hand streams and stuff, and now the lamp all plug into that. So I need silver, I need more computer chips. Okay, I just need like a bunch of gold, a bunch of silver. I feel like did I have a wiring kit in my inventory? I think I did. Doesn't matter. Lamp. Oh yeah, no, I'm in my moth core phase. I literally, like, I got the message this morning that there was like, by the way, Endo, your R9 desk lamp is showing up today, and I was like, fuck yes, lamp time. What? Is this a pun, Tate, or is this an actual thing? And like, when you say after I injured myself, they put me on light duty, fuck off. I knew it was gonna be a pun. See, this is the problem, Tate, is you're my friend and I love you dearly. And being like, oh yeah, I hurt myself at work, I'm like, oh no, what did you do? And then you make a pun out of it, and I'm like, oh, fuck off. Exactly, the pure disappointment. You made me experience one fear, all for nothing. I need silver, very good. Yeah, true. Good old IKEA lamps. Good old room and light and stickin'. Yeah, that's fair. I think I've talked about this before. I have some shelves that my parents bought me while I was away in Europe, because they were like, Ando, you're always complaining about how you don't have enough shelves, so we got you some new shelves, but they came not assembled, and I asked Mum, I was like, well, what are the dimensions of them? Are they like tall or are they wide? And she was like, I have no idea. So I have these shelves I need to build, but did that copper just phase through the ground? Yeah, I have these shelves I need to build, but I'm like, I don't want to put them together if I don't have somewhere to put them. So I'm kind of in a conundrum of like, do I build them first and then figure out where I put them, or... Yeah, I mean, I guess like a prize at the end. Yeah, that's fair. I was gonna say like, is IKEA furniture really a prize at the end? I don't know. The thing with IKEA that disappoints me, so like old school IKEA was like bare unfinished wood, right? Which I actually kind of liked, because what I used to do, and I did this, I actually have, my mum has one in her house, which is a little like IKEA footstool thing, like a step ladder we got her, and then I just varnished it so it had like a nice finish on it, and like that was a cheap and effective and still nice thing, whereas I find a lot of the like pre-made, pre-painted IKEA stuff is less nice. Don't need lead. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. I was gonna say alternatives to stain that might be worth considering if you want an easy life. Oil is good. Like linseed oil or something like that is pretty straightforward. And it's a lot easier than like a lacquer based stain. Another one, if you can bother doing the mixing for it, is shellac. Yeah, no, handmade. Like, I'm all on board for handmade maxing. I fully support it. And again, knowing Tate wife, like, I recall several conversations with Tate wife. Ah, nice. Nice. I was gonna say, I recall several conversations with Tate wife where she was like, if I had the time to develop the skills, I would happily develop the woodworking skills to make useful things for the house. Like woodworking skills in specific was what was referenced. Ah. Tate wife is making some rugs. I guess we'll be pushing back the ETA on that scarf then. He said with love in his voice. I understand Tate wife has had other more pressing projects. Let us crack this. That's lead. I don't want lead. Why does this game not have alchemy? Why can I not turn lead into gold? Ah, okay, it's a forward projection. Very good. Okay. So it's not Tate wife is making some rugs. It's Tate wife will be making some rugs. Titanium. Gold. Okay. Did this stalker really come in this cave just to fuck with me? Let's go home and make some stuff. Zoop. So while I'm here, let me... Chop. 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 Okay.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Computer chip. Wiring kit. Superior wiring kit. Lanolin gold, hydrochloric acid. Oh, I already had the wiring kit then. Pop up. Oh, nice. Actually, damn it, Mike's not here anymore. Tate, next time you're in chat with Mike, talk blacksmithing things. I'll send you a photo. But Mike just made a bracelet and a straight razor. No, not the Mike, the other Mike. But yeah, I'll send you some photos. He's been doing some making, some forging. Mike has been committing forgeries. I mean, so Tate, would it be fair to say that you made 6 straight razors, but none of them made the cut? See, I appreciate the thought. I don't think I could ever trust myself with a, I don't think I could trust myself with a straight razor. Although I have heard they do give a superior shave. Oh, not these fuckers. I don't want to deal with the Ocean Mujahideen. That's silver, I don't need that, I need gold. I hate those little guys. Hate them. Yeah, I mean, it's like any project. You keep them up your sleeve and promise you'll work on them and then never do. I know I do it. Heck, I've got a book I keep saying I'm gonna work on, and it's sitting here on my hard drive right in front of me. Like, all you gotta do is transcribe the documents, Ando. All you gotta do is, you got all the history notes, you just gotta write the damn thing, and I never do it. Because I have other hobbies now. I don't know, maybe one day. The history ain't getting any older. Gold. Ah. Yeah, that works. It's okay. I'll set up a GoFundMe for you, a GoFundMe for you, Tate. Help this poor country boy afford his dream forge. I mean, how do I put this? Anything as an anvil is good enough, in the sense of it really depends on what you're trying to do. Like, people, for a long time, people made do using stumps as anvils. Yeah, okay. You have the round bit, so it doesn't. Well, I mean, I was gonna say the round bit's the tempered bit anyway. Because a railroad track is 3 bits of steel welded together, with different properties. Oh, it's a post anvil. Okay. I see. Enlightenment is achieved. I understand. I think I have enough gold now. Yes, no, there are many different anvils and things. I can't remember what it was, but I was watching a thing recently where they were looking at a bunch of anvils in Italy. And they were pointing out some that were unusual, that were for particular tasks. I remember one of them was I think it was a wagon rights anvil or something like that. And it has like a very tall arch in it. And the idea is it's because it means if you're hammering on a piece of like wheel, like something that's round, the curve can go under and through the bottom of the anvil. Unlike a regular smith's anvil where it wouldn't hit the side. Okay, polyaniline. Computer chip. Okay, now I can go and fabricate the Zyklop. I mean, my mum isn't an anvil, but she is a woman of steely determination. Honestly, between an anvil and my mum, I actually feel like my mum would win. She would win that fight. Avatar. Don't make me time you out. As much as I enjoy some haha funny memes, no shit talking my mother. Okay, so I've got the Cyclops shield generator. I have the computer chip. I need glass. I think I have quartz. It's diamond. I don't need diamond. I need quartz and a tooth. Remember the tooth. I need one more quartz. Duke Leto, remember the tooth. Let me... Quartz. I mean, yeah, I'm assuming, but it's going to be some obscure metric. Yeah, the highest molar mass. I'll admit that one had some bite. Okay, there's some quartz. Excellent. Let's go get quartz. We're almost done. We're almost done. My prediction was right. In before the stream crashes and we lose all of our progress. Let us descend the volcano to obtain quartz. Okay. Oh, Quispy. Getting a little Quispy. Okay. I'm back to the scan room and we'll scan for teeth. Then we'll scan for titanium. Actually, do I got a ingot in just one of these cupboards? Maybe I do. I just have a spare ingot lying around. Okay. Remember the tooth, Duke Leto. Oh no, I already have one. Don't even need to scan for it. Got that enamel. Okay. Glass. Enamel glass. And now I just need glass steel ingot. I need 2 lith, so I've currently got 5 titanium. I need 3 more. You know what, let's just go boot in the boot. Actually, let's grab some fish. Bladder fish. Bladder fish. Bladder fish. Boomerang. Bladder fish. I will seek to intake fluids. Welcome aboard, Captain. I love it how it makes a nice bottle for me too out of the fish. I don't know how it does that.
Vital signs.
Nom, nom, nom. Titanium. Wink. Hey, hey, Blinky Bill. Find us that titanium, we will. Again, I should ask Farm about this. I was curious about it in that, like, normally titanium in nature is found as part of something else. Like, you very rarely find raw titanium. And you usually have to refine it from, it's usually something like titanium oxide or something like that, titanium trioxide or something like that. And so I'm wondering, like, would you find titanium in an aquatic environment because underwater is technically anoxic? Like, would it be a case of the water insulates it such that it doesn't oxidize. Fun fact, the Soviets were actually the first ones to figure out how to weld titanium. They figured it out for their submarines. And for a while in the West, they thought that welding titanium was not possible. Because what happens is when you try and weld titanium under normal circumstances, it oxidizes. And so you don't get a weld, you just get titanium trioxide. And so they figured out that the way to do it is you either weld it in a vacuum or you use like like an argon welder. Use something that sprays the area with an inert gas, so it creates a non-oxygenated environment. That's copper. I don't want that. Be gone, and I'll ditch this silver too.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen.
Silver. I don't know. I do love the weird stories of sometimes of how we figured out how to do things. A great one's Hadfield steel. It's a high manganese steel, so manganese is added to steel as a desulfuring agent. It bonds with sulfur and removes sulfur impurities from the steel, which is good because you don't want sulfur impurities in your steel. It makes it more brittle. So manganese is good, and usually I think it's something low. It's like 1 or 2% manganese to your steel mix most of the time. But a guy called Hadfield back in like 1890s or like 1908 or something, it was like very early in the century, found out that once you go beyond a certain percentage, I think it's 13.5% manganese in your mix, something very strange happens. The properties of your steel change, and they don't, like, it doesn't behave as it normally does. So steel normally with manganese in it just becomes good old carbon steel, just without sulfur impurities in it. But when you add a bunch of manganese, it changes in that two things. One, it becomes workable at a lower temperature. The steel becomes ductile and flexible at like yellow temperature as opposed to white temperature. So like white heat for steel is like 1100 to 1500-ish. Melting point's 1500 off the top of my head. Whereas, yeah, this stuff becomes workable at a much lower temperature, like we're talking like 700, 800 degrees sort of thing, which has advantages. But also when it's cooled, it is incredibly abrasion resistant and incredibly impact resistant. Now, this has some advantages and has some disadvantages. It's great for building things like, for instance, they used it to make helmets in the First World War. And it's really good for like mining equipment because it's very abrasion resistant, so it can just run forever. And also it's really good in cold temperatures. But the problem is you can't sharpen it. It's really hard to work because you can't, like, if you're like, hey, I want to build a piece of component out of this, if you want to drill a hole or mill it on a lathe, it's really, really hard, and you need like diamond cutters, otherwise it breaks all your mill equipment. And for a long, long time, we had no idea how Hadfield steel works. It was just like, you get to 13.5 and shit changes. It just works. It's magic. We don't know why it does this thing. I think they did eventually figure it out, but it was like they figured it out like 100 years after they discovered it. I need 2 more bits of titanium, it seems. What I needed 8 for a ingot. No, it's 10. Here I thought the sun was coming up, it'd be a great time to launch a rocket. Oh, that's right, I should probably check my radio. let's do that. Let's go check the radio and then I'll come back looking for titanium. I'm gonna feel bad leaving all my stuff behind. I'm gonna feel like I've littered. Like I've polluted the ocean. Radio.
Playing partially translated broadcast.
Destroyed. Mode. Patrol. New targets unaccounted for. 1.
Ah, I see. I'm assuming that was supposed to be telling me that, yeah, the warpers were coming after me, but considering that, you know, I've turned off the defense platform, I suspect that the warpers are no longer coming after me. I suspect that would have had much more impact had I listened to it right after I had, you know, freed the alien. Well, freed the alien from its mortal coil. The Sea Leviathan, that's it, the Emperor. Copper, I don't need copper, I need titanium. Excellent. I have a cash settlement, but I need titanium now. Okay, let's board the base, my very small base that I never really expanded on much. Had no need to be honest. Okay. Titanium. Plasteel. Alright, we got all the ingredients. We outie. We're getting off this rock. Which I might just do a quick save. We're getting off this rock. We're going home. Also, I don't quite understand how this is supposed to work as an escape plan. Like, we're building a rocket, but I'm not sure where this is actually going to take us. We're going home. We have everything we need. Cool. Summon the elevator. Why was that ominous? Also, the elevator has a face. I'm gonna send this back up again. Hang on. Hang on. Oh, I can't. Damn it. I'm gonna go up. And then I'm gonna jump off and I'm gonna show you this. The elevator has a face. Hang on. Whee! Okay, having enjoyed my quick dive. Also, I wonder if I stand under the elevator, will it kill me? Yeah, see, it's got a face. No. No. I'm gonna test this out before I go. We got a couple of minutes before I get off the planet. Oh. Probably could have just jumped onto the concrete and that would have killed me. I want to see, will the elevator kill me? Actually, can I even stand under it? Can I stand in the elevator bay? I can. Will this achieve anything? Will I get scrunched? No, it just gets stuck. Okay. There's my submarine, there's my base. I'm leaving on a jet plane. All right. Enter rocket. Beep. Okay, we've got APU online. There is storage. Do I need to store anything? Communications array.
Communications systems array active.
Hydraulics.
Pressurizing hydraulics.
It's interesting how, like, it's only for one person. Hydraulics online. What's this? Activate life support.
Life support systems online.
Prepare a time capsule. I don't have any images, so pop up. There you go. There's my legacy to this planet. Boot up the primary CPU.
Primary computer systems active. All systems are go for liftoff.
Okay, cool. We don't care about the time capsule. Spin it on a chat. Let's get in the rocket. Oh man, we're hackers. We're gaming.
On your command, Captain. Launch in 10, 9, 8,
Birds.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Space.
Time capsule jettison.
This is a very interesting. If that was time capsule jettisoning, I'm wondering about if all the other time capsules we found were people who got away, who got vaporized by the laser. Like people who built rockets to escape and got disintegrated.
Caution. Approaching orbital debris field.
Oh god. Oh god, are we going back?
Orbital debris
Okay.
field clear. Performing gravity turn maneuver.
Is that our little home down there, our crater?
Confirm destination coordinates. Nearest interstellar phase gate.
Boy, will we have a story to tell.
Ion boosters in 3.
We went to this ocean planet and it fucking sucked. Nyum. We did it.
What is a wave without the ocean? A beginning without an end.
What is a wave without the ocean?
But they go together.
What is it?
Now you go among the stars, and I fall among the sand. We are different.
I guess.
But we go together.
I guess. I was going to say, what is a wave without an ocean? Well, a wave is just kind of a ripple of movement through any substrate, I guess. I mean, hell, you don't even need a substrate for it. Light is a wave that moves through vacuum, because it's also a particle. Also, yes. The credit track. This is the music that plays when your submarine catches on fire, and it's an absolute fucking banger. Absolute fucking banger. Okay, we can escape. We can leave the credits. All right, we did it. We did it. We subbed the Nautica. Oop, no. Keep. I don't want to delete that. I thought that was just close. Don't want to delete that. We ain't deleting that. We're gonna keep it just in case, I don't know, I go back to fuck around. But we did it. We finally beat Subnautica after a long and arduous road of suffering. So we'll be back tomorrow with I don't know what. Maybe some Cyberpunk, maybe some other core. Maybe I'll do some painting because I have a new lamp. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to banish us to the land of wind and ghosts. Whomst. Whomst is always the question. Whomst. Of course my eyeballs stop working now. I know who will raid. Oh, actually, this is the tough one. Do we raid Suki or Maddie? Tough choices. Bannerkong, yeah, sure. We'll play Bannerkong and then we'll play Ban Tate. Tough choices. Do I? Let's see here. Let's raid Yuji. Where's? There we go. Okay. Oh, she's playing Sticky Business, the sticker game. Okay. Very good. My eyes have stopped working for some reason. I'm gonna send you all over there. Be good, be kind. And we'll be back tomorrow. I'll see you around. Bye.